Now, as it stands, obviously, we don't have much information reported on the chart. We have no title, we have no labels, and the text is rather small and difficult to read, as well as the bars may not be the color we wish, and they're awful thin. So let's talk about how we can go about modifying this. Well, first of all, we'll focus on adding different elements to the chart. And there are several ways which we can do that. But what we'll do here is we'll consistently use under the Design tab, again, I'll click down here, off of the chart so we see that our tabs went away. Move your cursor to the outer edge of the chart, but on the chart, left mouse button, and we see now it's highlighted, and the chart tools tabs open up. We're going to click on the Design Tool tab if it's not already open, and come over to the Add Chart Elements tab. I'm going to left mouse click once, and we'll see the different things that we can add to the chart itself. The first thing we'll do is just add a chart title. And you notice right now, with the red X indicates that none is selected. We can make it above the chart or overlay on top of the chart, so it actually takes up some of the chart area. I want it above the chart. And we see here then the box appears in terms of right to the top of the chart title. Now I can simply just start to type in the title, and you notice that right away it goes to the menu bar at the top, chart. I'll make a bar chart of region of respondent. Region of respondent, and just hit return, and we notice then that appears right on the chart itself. That's a little small, but we'll come back in a few moments and modify that. Let's go back up and add in now two additional elements, one being a label for the x-axis that indicates then what variable these categories are for, and also a label for the y-axis that would indicate what information is actually being reported here. Go back up to the Add Chart Element box here, left mouse click to open that up. We'll come down to Axis Titles, and I'll first of all add the horizontal axis title. And again, you see the box then appears, Axis Title, and I just will simply start to type in, or if I want to, I can go ahead and move the cursor right to that formula bar and click, which I just did. You see that the cursor there is now blinking, and I'll put in US region and hit return. And now you notice that title appears at the bottom of the axis, below the axis. Do the same thing again. This time we'll come down and choose primary vertical. Again, move your cursor if you wish, or just start typing. It automatically will move the cursor into that formula bar. And I'll type in here percent and hit return. So now we know what information is being reported here. The next thing that we may want to add sometimes is actually the information that is reported, the actual values. What we see here, we have to look across to see about how high the bar is to get a sense as to what percent of the sample is in the Northeast, Midwest, South, or West. Sometimes we may want to put labels for the data right on top of each bar. So go back up to Add Element, click, and we'll come down and we see there's an option there for data labels. The X indicates here that none is used. That's the default. If we move to the center, you can see very lightly there that the actual percents that are being plotted here appear in the center of the bar, inside the top of the bar, inside the base of the bar, the outside edge of the bar, which is what I like to use, and even you can have a data callout box that you see here. Let's go back to the outside edge, And we notice then that information is reported right there. Now, if you decide you don't want that, and I oftentimes don't want that, I can just click on any one of those boxes, and that highlights then the percent on top of each bar, and just hit delete. And you notice it deleted all of them. Okay, one last item that I want to add to this is going to be a text box that reports the source of the information. It's always nice to do if you're using some sort of source of information that you've not gathered yourself to indicate where the data come from. At this point, what we'll do is go up and select the Format tab, click and highlight that, and now we'll come over to the Insert Shapes. You can add lines, boxes, and so on. I'm going to click on the text box once with the left mouse button. Now you notice that a cursor appears. I'm going to move that cursor, click and drag to create a box in the lower right hand corner of the graph of the chart. And I'll just type in source, colon, 1994 general social survey. Now you notice it wraps around. I didn't to the next line, can't really see all of that on the chart, so I'll just click and drag to make the that text box just a little bit wider so now we can see it. Now something else I also want to report, and I can do it in several different ways. I'll create another text box to do this. I could have gone up into the bar chart title and in parentheses put n equals and give the sample size. It's always nice to give the sample size. You should whenever you're reporting percentage information so we know it's percent of what total. But I'm going to create another bar chart, text box in this bar chart. Click on the chart again on the outside edge to highlight the whole thing. So now we have the Chart Tools tabs come open. Click on Format, and I'll add another text box. I'll put n equals 2,992, which is the sample size. I'll make that a little bit smaller, not quite as wide. And I'll click and I'll drag it over to the other side of the chart. So now you see I have the source as well as the entire sample size reported here.